What's up YouTube? This is Saman from Aesthetic Progression, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about bodybuilding versus CrossFit versus powerlifting. Now, a lot of people have asked me which one should they follow. That's why I decided to make this video about. Now, before I go and describe each one of them, my question to you is, what is your goal? Because even though you see some push-ups, pull-ups, deadlifts, squats, bench press in all bodybuilding and CrossFit and powerlifting, they are used in different fashion, and when they are used in different fashion, the results you get are different as well. So let me talk first by starting with bodybuilding. Now, when I say bodybuilding, I don't mean being, massive guy on steroids like Ronnie Coleman, RJ Cutler, or any massive huge guys. When I say bodybuilding, what I mean is anybody that is trying to put on some mass, even if it is 50 years old women to 70-year-old grandfather to 18-year-old guy that is trying to put on some muscle so that he can look good. So my definition right now for bodybuilding is for anybody that is trying to look more aesthetically appealing for whatever reasons. Now, I started with bodybuilding, and I have done bodybuilding for I did bodybuilding first for 3 years, then I did some powerlifting, then I transitioned into CrossFit, and again I'm doing some bodybuildings. And so I have experience to all three of the sports. As I said, I'm going to start about bodybuilding. So bodybuilding is all about adding muscle and developing your physique. That's it. In that process you use exercises, and these exercises are geared only to make you look better. So the rep schemes usually for bodybuilding is going to be somewhere from 6 repetitions to maybe 15 repetitions, but mostly people stick from 8 to 12 repetitions. 4 to 5 sets, maybe like 30 seconds to maximum of 2 minutes rest. Workouts period longing somewhere from hour to hour and a half to maybe 2 hours if you are really serious into it. So, the number one focus again is only to be more aesthetically appealing. Now, powerlifting on the other hand, it's all about deadlifts, squats, and bench press. And the main focus is to lift as much weight as possible to complete 1 repetitions. Now for that, they use several other assistive exercises like rows and lateral raises and stuff like that, that helps the muscle so that they can press more weight. But the ultimate goal is to move more weight. They do not care if they are aesthetically appealing, or they do not care if they are proportional, or that's not their ultimate goal. Obviously, even powerlifters cares if their one arm is bigger than the other, but that's aesthetic appealness is not their main goal. Now, the rep range usually for powerlifters is going to be 1 to 5 repetitions. So when I watch documentaries and videos done by Mark Bell, I usually see repetitions used is going to be about 2 repetitions to 5 repetitions, even if the load is lighter on their light days, I should say. Still repetition is about 2 repetitions, and maybe go up to 5 repetitions at the most. and they usually take 3 minutes rest or so. Their workouts are way longer. Their sets are way more than the bodybuilders, but the repetitions are way less. Um, so again, the main focus now is going to be being strong or lifting more weight. But what I want to critique about powerlifting is going to be, in real life, you really don't need to, deadlift 500, 600 pounds for one repetition. You really do not need to bench press, 500, 600 pounds. And you actually do get really stronger, but does that transfer into real life? And my answer to it is no. The strength does not really transfer to real life, because being so much strong is technically not really necessary. And to be strong, powerlifters eat a lot, and a lot of powerlifters are kind of fat. And now I don't mean to say like every powerlifter is fat, because I obviously know there is powerlifters like Matt Kroc that are in good shape, they are ripped. But if you are not trying to maintain weight, and if you are not trying to enter a competition that is defined, or that has a weight class, then obviously you want to lift as much as possible. So in order to get stronger, you try to eat as much as you can and gain some weight. So that's what I experienced, at least when I was doing powerlifting. I grew stronger, a lot stronger. I was able to deadlift 475 pounds, squat over 500 pounds, and bench press to 315 pounds for 2 or 3 reps. So that was the strongest I've ever been. And but I was about almost 200 pounds. Right now I weigh about 163, 164. You do get stronger. I myself did not find any transfer on the real life, because I was not lifting 300 pounds every day, because I'm a pharmacy technician, so I really don't need to lift that much strong. So everybody that's working in the office, same applies to you as well. Now there is CrossFit. Now powerlifting and bodybuilding is relatively old sports when compared to CrossFit. And CrossFit is something that has been developing since I think maybe 2006, 2007, maybe 2008. I'm not really sure about that, but I got into CrossFit at about late 2009, 2010, and I did it almost for 2 years. So I really loved it. And when I was doing CrossFit, let me tell you what the CrossFit is all about. CrossFit first is all about time, speed, agility, and strength. Okay, you do all these moves, and your workout is all over the place. So you do deadlift, squats, burpees, push-ups, pull-ups. Your rep range is different. Sometimes you're doing a 1 rep max like powerlifting. Sometimes you are doing deadlifts for 2 minutes, as many repetitions as possible with certain repetitions, or you are doing certain repetitions as fast as possible. The workout routine is all over the place. The exercise you pick is totally random. You are just trying to push your body to the limit. Workouts for CrossFit are usually 20-25 minutes long, and including the warm-up. CrossFit is something that you can get it done with, including the warm-up and cool-down, in about 45 minutes to an hour. And again, it's a high-intensity workout sport, and the goal of the CrossFit is to be fit and to create a body that can be applicable to the real life. Now all that sounds good, but the only thing is, I really don't like when they pick doing deadlifts for, say they want us deadlifting 225 pounds for as many repetitions as possible for 1 minute, or something like that, or bench press in the same way, or squats for the same way, or pull-ups or push-ups for the same way. And what happens is, when you are trying to compete like that with time, you will slack on your form. And when you do that, you are just inviting injuries. Now, I don't mean to say that if you were bodybuilding and powerlifting you don't get injured. You absolutely do get injured, but the potential for one getting injured during CrossFit is very high compared to bodybuilding and powerlifting. Just because you are clean, you're doing clean jerks for a minute with heavy loads. You are almost, you are really tired and you just have to pull on a few repetition, and you mind it, you are washed under time, so you have to do it as soon as possible. So obviously, when you're lifting weight, you're kind of like bending your back, or you're not lifting properly and whatnot. So you are kind of like bound to get injured, and that's what moved me away from CrossFit back to bodybuilding. But again, people do get injured from bodybuilding and powerlifting as well. So my take, if you are just starting to work out, is if you just started working out, CrossFit is not for you. You will really get injured really fast, especially if you do not have a good coach. There was one video on YouTube that I watched, and it really made sense to me what he said. His name is Vince Del Monte. Probably a lot of you guys have heard about him, and he referred to as graduating a step by step. And he said that if you are roller skating or if you are ice skating, I don't know much about those, but if you are starting on a bunny hill, then you might want to perfect the bunny hill first and then move on to further. You don't just go to triple diamond and whatever just because it's more fun. And it's true. If you do not know how to deadlift properly or squat properly, and you are trying to do so much weight for so much repetition in so much time, then you are really bound to get injured. So get a solid base first, and after you learn those techniques properly, then maybe if you are really into it, you can pursue after CrossFit. But without that, you guys are just asking for injuries that could have been avoided. But ultimately, it just depends on what your goal is. So if you are looking for a muscular physique, muscular, proportionally balanced physique, aesthetically appealing, then bodybuilding is for you. If you are looking to be strong, regardless of how you look, powerlifting is the way to go. Whereas if you want to be kind of like overall, you'll be good at like a lot of stuff, but you want best at anything, then CrossFit is what you should be doing. Or I shouldn't say that, or I should say, if you want to be functionally strong, you should be doing CrossFit. Each of them has their own positive sides, and each of them has their negative sides. So it depends on you which one you pick, and it depends on you on how you look at it. There is no such thing as, oh, this thing is the best and this thing is the worst one, and vice versa. So now pick your goals and stick with it. And obviously, you can try all of them out. So you can do bodybuilding for a few days in the week, you can do powerlifting for a few days, and you can do CrossFit for a few days. If you want to do all of it, you can do all of it. I mean, nobody is stopping you, and it's not like it's against the law or whatever. So you guys can feel free to do it all and see which one you like the most. It's as simple as that. But still, people keep on asking me what kind of program should he want to do or whatever. So it just depends. It just depends on you. I have laid down like minor details about each. Obviously, I don't know how long the video has gone, but I know it has been a long time. If you guys are still listening to me, and if you have any questions, then you can just put it down in the comment section. And that's about it for this. This is my first time doing like this kind of conversation. with the YouTube listeners, so hopefully you guys like it. I don't know, this is my first time doing it, so if you have any suggestions, please let me know. That's about for it. Any questions, you can post it again on the comment section. Make sure you guys subscribe, and that's it. Have a great day. Bye bye.